Hello, welcome back to the PoddiMouths podcast. I am Peyton Cubic, and this is where my dad and his friend John talk about random stuff in life or the things they found on the internet. I hope you enjoy listening to this episode as much as I did. Here they are now.
We can do it.
Ooh, I just learned something new. I don't have to. So when I click record, a thing pops up and it asks what you want to do, but I accidentally clicked it twice and it just started recording.
Oh, no.
So now I don't have to sit there and
So what I've been doing
read.
the last 10 minutes has just been the last
You've
4
been eating
seconds.
ice cream.
It's not ice cream.
It looks like ice cream.
Well, that's kind of the idea. That's what they told. What was Wendy's dad, Dave?
Yeah.
What was his last name?
I don't remember, but I know who you're talking about.
Thomas,
I know
Dave Thomas.
There you go. Oh yeah,
And
because
he's passed away
shares
now,
a name with an actor who's also passed away. Didn't Dave Thomas, the actor, pass away too?
Oh, I don't know who the actor is.
It's Dave Thomas.
From what though?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on. I'm going to look him up.
Dave Thomas. I'm sorry, my mistake.
You're going to be upset when you.
I am not. That he died, you mean?
No,
hey,
that you
everybody's
don't remember.
Dying. Just at what speed?
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. You'll know him once you see him.
Hang on.
He was SCTV.
Dave Thomas. Second City TV. Oh, he was the Canadian dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did pass away. You're right. I always liked him too.
For those of you who still aren't convinced, here you go.
There you go. No, I know who you mean.
Yeah.
Same name.
Yep. So here's the actor, Dave Thomas.
Well, that's not his best. He looked better younger.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah. Wasn't he on Full House? Was he on Full House?
He's been on so many things. There you go. Here's a whole bunch of pictures of Dave Thomas.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it. No, I think he was on Full House.
He might have been. I don't know. But here he is on SCTV.
No, he's a different guy that was Full House, I think.
Yeah, well, you might be thinking of Dave Coulier.
Dave Coulier. Thank you. Sorry.
Yep.
He's still alive, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, good.
As far as I know.
Dave Thomas, yeah. So Wendy's dad.
Yeah.
And they've actually shown Wendy.
Oh, really? Doesn't look anything like Wendy.
Well, no, but I think she's a ginger. I'm not sure, but it seems like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not going to look it up.
I don't know. I'm not either because I don't either.
You don't want to meet your heroes, John.
Yeah, I got to tell you, there is a Wendy's near us. And I do like Wendy's, and especially when I was on Atkins diet, which I probably should redo a million years ago.
Yeah.
I would eat their tortilla, not tortilla. Yeah, tortilla salad or whatever it was.
Okay.
It had like their chili on it, and they called it a tortilla.
Not healthy at all.
It was good for the Atkins diet because it was low carb, and I wouldn't use any of the breadcrumbs or anything like that. But I would, and it was delicious. It was really good. And then, of course, when I stopped the Atkins diet, would eat burgers and Frosties, which this looks like a Frosty.
It does look like a Frosty.
And that's what I was just, So this is post-workout Frosty.
Accidental Frosty.
Needed something. Well, yeah, it kind of froze in the, or at least it froze.
You're using a Yeti.
In the Yeti, yeah.
Yeah, a Yeti.
You know what? The Yeti, this one's fine. This one we use for coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as impressed as some people are.
It depends on what it is. I have big ones that are just fine, whether off-brand. But I do I have Yeti coffee cups. They're not even coffee cups; they're just tumblers. But the small ones, I love them.
Okay, and maybe that's what I should look for because
I'm just want big canister.
Yeah. I like them for water. I've got one with the flip-up spout for water. Yeah, and it's okay. Except now it's started to leak around the neck.
Yeah, see,
and these are $40. These are not, or more than that even.
I know most people get those because they're metal and it's supposed to be. I'm still a really big fan of the Nalgene bottles. I love Nalgene bottles.
Oh,
they're supposed to be non-toxic, but they're still plastic. And we have like 10 of them, not 10. That's an over-exaggeration. I never over-exaggerate.
I've told you a million times not to exaggerate.
No, we do. I do know we have 6. We have 6 Nalgene bottles in one way, shape, or form.
We just end up with so many those and others that just end up and at some point you just have to go, okay, enough. Let's just start over.
And when we move, we're going to be doing that. And
we'll be doing that with a lot of things when you move.
Yeah, but I guarantee the Nalgene bottles are coming with us because they're great. I mean, those things I can seal and I can just toss. Like there's one, I have a little section or little area under my seat that's almost perfectly under the seat of the Jeep. That's almost perfectly built for the Nalgene bottle, and I just slide it in there. But it rolls around. I mean, it gets scratched. And you can toss it into bags. You can. I use and abuse with a Yeti or something like that. You can't do that because it will eventually start leaking. And
that's terrible.
It's asinine.
Yeah.
The other one that we have a lot of really good luck with, and the name just slipped right out of my head, and I can see the symbol. They are metal. My dad actually got us a few of them. Clean Canteen. I love Clean Canteen.
Okay.
Those are really, really good.
Not familiar.
And you can get
You're way more familiar with that metal stuff because from camping and stuff. Yeah. It seems like that you would do that. I want it where it's easy. I can throw it. And not worry about it leaking. And yeah.
The only problem I have with the Clean Canteens is you can't abuse them as much as you can a Nalgene bottle because they're still not cheap. But because they're metal, they'll ding up. They'll malform. They'll move around. So there's like one of our Nalgene bottle, not Nalgene, sorry, one of our Clean Canteens. You can't set on its base. Because it's been so dinged up that it just kind of rolls around. It doesn't sit flat.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
But they're great. I would highly recommend a Clean Canteen. But Nalgene for me is the way to go.
Okay. Well done. Honestly, that probably solved a lot of people's concerns.
I'm sure it did
already this morning. And we are in mourning today. We are
in mourning. Yeah, it's Saturday morning.
Not in mourning. This is morning.
Well, we could be in mourning for a lot of things. Our conversations. I'm always
our conversations are delightful, and I think people who are mourners, who come and listen or watch, mostly listen, because they feel pretty good about themselves once they see and hear us.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, can you blame them?
It could be worse. Yeah. That's what they say. In fact, we should probably do that. We should get T-shirts. PoddiMouths could be worse.
Yeah.
You could be.
I'm gonna hold on.
One of the.
I'm gonna write that down so I remember. I mean, it's complicated.
The other one, the last one that I gave you on the fly. It's potty time. That one has gotten lots of attention when I wear it.
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. What's that? Well, that's our podcast. Thanks for asking. Oh, would you like me to sponsor you? Said no one ever.
Soon enough. Well, when we do PoddiMouths, it could be worse.
How about WURST? That'll build on our German heritage.
I don't have it. Well, I kind of do have.
Yes, you do have German heritage.
It's Dutch more so. But.
Whatever.
Anywho,
German shepherds. That counts.
That counts. That counts for everything.
Stop messing with your microphone. People can hear that.
It's bothering me.
It makes them angry.
It's loose. I have to tighten my thing.
Yeah, your microphone. I still have the one that we started with. These 7 years ago with the little. I had the wrong size windscreen. That's right. I just cinch it up at the bottom.
I should just send you one of these because I have 3 of them.
But
this is the original one too.
People need to know that. Yeah, I know. This is
the original one that our logo is based on.
It is. That's true. I would like to, though, because it was even red. I should probably get rid of this because, I mean, this thing is all floppy and everything. I'm not going to play with it now, but it's all floppy. And if we got a new one, no one would ever listen to us again.
Probably not, no. Well, I would actually like to get
making too much money.
The Shure microphones, the same thing you see on Rogan, know. Oh, the true podcast microphone.
Yeah. He always says
our buddy Joe.
We should. Hey, you and Nick should try these.
Yeah, I mean they're only $350 a piece.
I'm sure he has a drawer full of them.
Probably.
Yeah, as he should.
Yeah,
just to be safe.
Yeah. Anyway, but mine is getting my stand is getting kind of old. I actually have 2 of them sitting here because I don't know. I might have shown this before, but I've got another microphone here, and this is just my
it's the
microphone for. Yeah, this one is actually not a cheap one. This one's a really good microphone, but
I know, but it's cute. You have to admit,
it is cute.
When you first got it, I was so jealous because I thought, I can't have one like that.
I probably would have better sound quality if I used that one and that one only, and I might someday. But it's got a little stand that comes with it too, but it's hanging down. But I use that just when I'm doing webinars and stuff. That's the one I use because I don't like. The only reason I use this, and this is
because it makes you look important.
Well, it's not an important thing. It makes it look like a podcast.
Oh,
but I guess I could do that with a Tula. I like the look of this one. I like the function of that one.
It might make it look like a podcast, but anybody who listens for 5 minutes goes, "This isn't a podcast.
This is not a podcast."
I don't care if they have microphones or not.
Not a valuable one, anyway. Valuable for entertainment reasons.
That's what we're entertained, at least.
That's all that matters.
Well, we would like to accidentally entertain some other people from time to time, but mostly it's us.
Yeah. So people have probably seen now that I've got this on my wrist, and this was just a fun one. But we were having a conversation when I hit record about these. And for those of you who aren't watching, I'm playing with a Paracord bracelet right now that I made a long time ago. It's too big for me. It actually came out of my Paracord making box, and John will explain why we're even. I have a box, and it's full of Paracord making stuff.
Well, they can't see it because it's all blurry.
I know. Well, so I'm just explaining it. No, it's
okay. Well, that's fine.
But anyway, it's a full box. It's something that Peyton and I started doing a while ago, but it's just been sitting in the closet lately. But the reason I brought it out and the reason I've got this one on my wrist right now is because John
has one too. And
John has one too.
Created this by himself yesterday. And Lisa didn't believe it. Mine has a little clip on the bottom. This is obviously the Cadillac version of, I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, I learned on a YouTube video to do the Cobra. It's the Cobra tie, they call it, or Cobra knots. And it took me, I don't know, 8 minutes, 7 minutes to knock one out.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Well, come on, you said, but I mean, yeah, it is. I'm just kidding. If we're going to sell these for $80, it's got to sound like it's hard. It was really difficult.
Well, let's be fair about that. Okay. That particular knot is not, pun intended, is not difficult. But there are plenty out there that are. So once you start, that one's the basic one. That's the one everyone learns first. But then there are a bunch of different ones that are like, I don't think it's in this box. I had another one that I made that was
at the top of my capacity. So I'm not going to.
You'd be surprised.
There are easier ones, and I'm just not doing them.
Right.
Because I learned this law. But no, it's funny to watch these people. And the first time I'm like, oh, okay, he's underneath and over. And and I'm trying to figure it out. But the tucking them in at the end is the other challenge, which is, but
tucking them in and burning them.
Burn them, as long and don't burn it when it's on your wrist. Just a little.
No, that's John learned that from experience.
It hurt a little bit, but it seems to have passed now.
Good.
Yeah,
the scar won't.
No, it won't. But I actually did it. I burned it. It's kind of a unique way that I like to, burn it. So I used a cigar, and so that's
smart.
So you're smoking it, and then you burn it at the same time.
I can see it. There's something else that I just realized it's not in here, and I did see it while I was moving shit around. I have some. Oh, there they are.
You have some what?
I have some specialized tools that I use.
Oh,
so this is how deep we got into it. So, we've got these, and I'm missing some of them, but you've got these little pokers to help get to get everything in where it needs to go. And
you are a little poker fella.
I am a little poker.
Yeah.
It's my poker face.
I did not use one of those.
There's a flat end tab. So when you're burning, you can actually kind of mold the end of the thing. So I've got to look. Okay. I know it's on my desk. So most people probably say, "Wow, Nick's got a lot more of his pictures behind him now than he normally does."
No one said that.
Well, you never know. If they're watching, they might have. But we are in the process of moving still. So my desk. I'm okay sharing my desk. Hold on.
I'm going to share my desk.
I'm going to share my desk. So
you just did the unblur. Yeah.
Yep. So see how messy it is right now.
Packing.
and packing.
Yep.
Or unpacking to pack. But my whole office is it's trashed right now.
That looks delightful.
But you see the box you sent me? Still right?
I do see
there.
Wow.
Yeah. See, I'm a pack rat. But anyway.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
That was when I was the only one who knew your birthday. Now everybody knows.
A picture of Patty.
Oh, that's cute.
Yep.
That's a great picture.
It is a great picture. It's one of my favorites. And blurry again.
I don't so anyway. Mine is everyone can see mine. It's fine.
Yes.
I'm not
and you're not on a Mac, so it's not, cool like that.
I don't want to.
Anyway, somewhere on this desk are the rest of the tools because I found them as I was digging, and I'm like, why is this not in my paracord box? Yeah. And then I just set it down and went on to do my own thing again, like a good ADHDer does.
We should do paracords and we could sell them on our...
We should. That's what my wife said. You're buying all this shit and you're not going to sell it on Etsy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, probably. Yeah. Sorry, I hit the microphone, folks.
That's all right. We're used to it.
It's better than John hitting.
I do not do that, and I mostly stopped playing with my pen too.
You don't.
Oh well. Yes, I know.
I got these new pens.
Well, they're white.
They're white. I was not too keen on it, but I liked the clip on it. It's
that's
not
cool.
Easy to break, and they're very thin pointed because I like thin point pens.
Okay.
It's exactly the same as my other pens, which I don't seem to have one sitting around.
This is good.
I know people are. This is good podcast. Oh, it's right in front of me. So these are my favorite pens right here. It's the Uniball Signo, and it's a Ultra Micro 207.
See,
those are my favorite pens.
I do the same, except not the micro. I like, unlike you, the thick point. So mine is.
You like the thick point?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the uni?
Yeah.
It's
So this is a uni. This is a uni, but it's a Uniball 1.
Mine's the Pilot G2.
Pilot G2.
Yeah.
So yes, folks, we are nerds. We are big nerds, and this one has a thing at the top, so you can do this.
Yeah, I don't have that. You know why?
That's pretty cool.
Because I never put them on my pocket ever.
I don't either.
Well, then why do you have
them? Because I hang them on other stuff. Not my ear, but I like my notebook or put it inside my backpack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I throw mine in a pocket, but that's okay.
I need a new backpack, folks. I need a new backpack that can carry a computer and maybe even a couple computers, or at least a computer and an iPad. And I'm looking for recommendations. My favorite backpack, I have two favorite brands of backpack right now. One is North Face and one is Osprey. Those are pretty good.
What is your budget?
Oh, that I don't know.
Excuse me for eating my Frosty.
I have an Oigio, O-G-I-O. I don't even know how to say that name. And I really do like it, but it's a little bit big.
I've had one.
I don't want one so big, but this one has a lot of great pockets. And but I need one. I need one for, let's just say I need one for work because I need to be able, and the only other bag I have, I like messenger bags. Okay. But the only other bag I have right now is a shoulder bag. And it's my flight bag, the one that I got when I ordered all my. I need a backpack. I need a backpack. So if anyone has any recommendations, I would love your recommendations for a good work backpack that has enough room for computers, but also a few other things. Because my biggest problem is the bag is either too big or too small. And what I mean by too small is sometimes, like I have an Osprey bag that goes with my camping gear. It's a day pack, but I can't fit my computer in it. Like it's just barely, and if I do, it's stretching weird things. And then there aren't any pockets for all my cords, and there are a lot of cords.
There are sometimes too, you told me, where depending upon the destination, that sometimes you will just take your overnight stuff in your backpack and not pack a bag. Which I still have those backpacks. Can't do. Oh, so you can still do that.
Yeah, I still have those. Those are, and they work just fine, but I need something because those are too big to carry every day.
Yeah.
So, like I said, any suggestions? I would love to hear them.
I have no idea what mine is these days, but I change at least yearly. Yeah. And I have a tactical one for a go bag.
See, that's the other thing. I'm kind of keen on those tactical ones, but then I would feel bad of just using the tactical one only for work,
Why?
Well, because it would only be for work.
Well, they have lots of pockets and all.
I know
get
they
two
do.
of them. And
there you go.
Then you'll have one
that's
for
easy.
multiple occasions.
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, the budget would probably, I want to be maybe not sub 100, maybe sub 150. Maybe I would go up a little higher than that if it's a really good bag.
Those are nice ones.
Yeah.
That's a good quality price range.
I think so, because I've tried the cheap ones. And like I said, this Oigio, or I wish I knew how to pronounce that.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
That's an expensive bag.
Yeah,
it's an expensive bag, and I love it. It's just too big, and it has logos on it. I can't count
much too
anymore.
Big?
It's big. It's it's big.
It's really big.
It's really big.
It's not that big.
It's big.
I think
Trust
you
me,
just like little.
You can't see it in the video. It's big.
Do you want like a pink one? You want like a little girl's?
No, I already said I've tried that before.
This one's too big. This one's just right.
That's what I want. I want the just right.
I envision that for you.
And I also want to be cool. I mean, there's part of me wants I want the logo on it. North Face is a good one. Patagonia.
I thought you said you can't have logos anymore.
No, I can't have a certain logo.
Oh, okay. Got it. I don't know what that means, but that's fine.
You know what that means.
I don't know. I have no clue. Okay. So, but you want it, if it's going to be a logo, it's got to be a very impressive logo.
It's got to be a great logo. It should say PoddiMouths on it.
It should say PoddiMouths on it.
I should. Okay. You know what?
Yep.
Why don't you go ahead and entertain our folks? Because I'm going to go and see if I can create a backpack right now.
What do you think I've been doing?
That's true.
You're talking serious stuff, and I am sitting here entertaining. I've been eating my Frosty in front of people to let them know that it's okay to eat and watch and listen to PoddiMouths.
Eat, watch, and listen, because
that's another
driving,
shirt. Right
driving might be a little bit too much.
There's another shirt. Yeah.
See, there's just not a good one.
We need PoddiMouths backpacks, but you have to start with a nice one.
We do need to start with a nice one. And ours, the ones that we have as an option.
I'm sorry, folks.
We have one. It's all over print backpack or all over print minimalist backpack. Exactly. No. And that's all the bags.
No.
Sometimes I love the company we use, and sometimes I really don't.
Well, maybe we could get like patches that we could.
Patches. That would be a good one.
We could have our wives sew on. Hey, honey, I've got good news.
Not an iron-on?
Like this one. This was actually for if I could do it.
Are you going to send me a few of those?
I can if you want them.
I would love one.
And they're
I would put it on everything.
And they don't work at all. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Lisa tried to iron them on. I guess I can sew them. No, but then I used some Gorilla Glue. And sure enough, they stuck.
I bet.
Yeah.
Gorilla Glue is phenomenal.
I'm kind of a fan. I really am. And same with Gorilla Tape. I lean toward that more than duct tape these days. Because, man, it sticks. Oh, it sticks.
Well, duct tape can be... It can be unruly. That's what I'm gonna say there. It's going to be unruly.
Anything that's sticky can be, I guess.
True.
You know what can be really unruly? Saran wrap.
Yes.
Problematic.
Very much so.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
What we have gone to is press and seal. Have you tried that?
Yes. The answer to your question is yes.
Okay, good.
Phew. However, go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say that the reason I like it is because it's a lot less unruly. I'm not sure that's a good way of describing it, but it is. But what I still dislike is they cannot design a box to make it easy to tear the paper. And I don't understand. They actually have the makings of a good method for that, but you close the lid and then it doesn't close all the way. And you try the reverse tear. Whoops, see, you hit the mic.
Yeah, you're getting all excited over there.
And I am. This is something about which I am passionate, clearly. But anyway, I love that stuff because it seals when you put it on a bowl, for example, and you can fold it around. And it's a tight seal, unlike saran wrap, which you can wrap around 10 times. And, maybe it's tight. And then it gets stuck to itself.
It's weird. So, like I said, yes, we have used that in the past, but what we've actually gone to, and I'm not going to speak for Jennifer because I don't know if she actually still likes it very much, but we've gone to the beeswax reusable material fabric,
like and silicone type stuff.
No, it's beeswax. Beeswax, it's paper and beeswax, and it works just like Saran wrap.
Interesting.
Like I said, I've never seen that. I'll have to. Well, hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Could we put a PoddiMouths logo on it?
Probably, because ours has stuff all over it. Bees. I should spell it right.
I am a parchment paper.
I love parchment paper.
Yeah, me too. That has become and I don't get it in the rolls anymore. I get them in sheets.
Okay.
And so they go right on, a jelly roll pan or whatever.
Jelly roll.
Jelly roll.
A jelly roll. That's a song. Sorry, every time it gets
that's
said
what happens.
It's what happens.
You have to do that. I was thinking more of the artist, but that's okay.
So this is what we use. Beeswax food wrap.
Interesting. Never seen it. I think you're making it up.
Nope. Okay. I'm not.
9-pack for $14.
Yep. But it's reusable.
All right.
So anyway, yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Sometimes we like to save the planet.
Okay. Whatever.
It's probably worse for the planet. It's probably worse for the planet.
Yes, exactly.
Knowing my luck.
That's all right. But at least you got a chance to virtue signal.
That's right. Amen,
that's
brother.
The main thing.
Amen.
What is the other thing that, I mentioned the silicone.
Yeah.
Silicone muffin tins. They're not really tins if they're silicone.
Right.
Cool. And I started with the liners.
Okay.
And they are just awesome if you're going to make, cupcakes or whatever, muffins. Everything pops right out and really simple, easy cleanup. That's the hot tip. Another nice invention.
A good one. That's a good one.
Thank you. What else in our cooking? Our chefdom.
Well, we're not gonna talk about chefdom anymore because that's your bread and butter.
It is not.
Pun intended.
Thank goodness it's not. No.
You should. Have you started making your own butter, by the way?
No, but I know how to do it.
Yeah,
Why would I do that?
I think we may have mentioned
they
this.
sell it, right?
Yes.
That's why I don't go fishing.
We are trying to do more of the make it at home stuff, fewer ingredients. This is where you and I might depart. I doubt it, but
I doubt it.
I'm going to say it. I'm a JFK Jr. fan. Or an RFK Jr. Sorry, RFK Jr. fan. I'm a JFK Jr. fan too, but he
passed away.
He did, tragically. That's why you fly a Bonanza, not a Mooney.
A doctor killer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't a doctor.
No.
Anyway, RFK Jr. I'm a fan because of some of the things he's trying to accomplish, which is, there's a reason there's food in Europe that is banned, or I'm sorry, there's food over here that's banned in Europe.
Yes.
And they are healthier.
Oddly enough, just had the same conversation with my mother.
Okay.
My 96-year-old mother.
Yeah.
Who said, maybe he's onto something. I said, Mom, ding, ding, ding.
Well,
ding. Yeah.
Even back when you were a kid, when I was a kid, if you actually, and we see these memes all the time, I wouldn't call them memes. I see these posts all the time where it shows what, say in 1970, or maybe even in the 60s, what the ingredients were for like Fruit Loops versus what the ingredients are today.
Yes.
And it's mind blowing.
It's
all
ridiculous.
The shit that they put in there.
Well, it's true. Although if you look back in time at those days, sugar frosted flakes, they started with sugar for a reason.
Yes.
Because they were all sugar and they were delicious. I'm not trying to call them out, but the cereal industry, just saying, they were in the midst of all of it. And very much governmentally connected.
Yep.
And there's just a whole bunch of research that has been done on that. That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
But speaking crazy, red dye number 5, long been an issue. And they
huge
just
issue.
Finally got rid of it.
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, because RFK Jr. is coming into his role. That's why they did. They was a preemptive. Hey, look what we did.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, guys?
Yeah.
Water's healthy.
You know what? Your Fruit Loops are going to not be as red now. So
that's okay. Oh,
take
well.
That. Exactly. And they haven't had it in Europe for how long?
Right. Yeah, look at how healthy they are.
Well, they're healthier than we are. But
anyway,
yes.
To my point, we like to make things as simple as possible. So if I get the opportunity to make butter, I'm going to make butter because butter should just be heavy cream, heavy whipping cream or heavy cream and salt. That's it.
And
all it
a cheesecloth.
And a cheesecloth. I have a very good reusable cheesecloth now.
I have one too.
And there are, butter might not be a great example because there are a lot of really great brands that literally that's all they are.
Yes.
But there's still going to be
read the labels.
Read the labels. Yeah. But if we can make it at home, we can make it at home. We talked in the past. That might be another shirt. We've said it on the podcast before. But I got a butter churn a couple of years ago, just a little tabletop butter churn, and it was a lot of fun. But I also have had for a very long time a stand mixer. What's the brand we mentioned it last
KitchenAid?
week? KitchenAid mixer. Yeah, it's actually so much easier and faster to make butter using that than it is the butter churn. So when I want to have fun, I still pull out the butter churn. But when I want it done fast, it's done in the mixer.
We did it. We used the dough hook when we made pasta, the homemade pasta.
Yeah.
It was done in seconds. And unlike, we went to the sur la table thing where we're, doing it by hand and you have the eggs in the middle and you're, just a little like they do it. Use the dough hook. Yeah. And it was amazing. And it's done already.
Yeah.
I'll be eating in no time.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So those are great implements.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I wish we had more time to be able to do more of that stuff. And that's what I normally do. Right now, I don't do it because we're in the midst of trying to get the house ready to sell.
So what else would
and
you
I make
what
a big
other
mess.
things? What other things would you?
Well, pasta,
or do you think eventually
bread.
You will start to do bread? Okay, yeah, bread's a good one.
But I'd like, as I mentioned last week, I would like to mill my own flour.
That's a lot, though. That's
it
suddenly
is. Well, that's my point. It is
set
a
of
lot.
Rules.
It is, but it is a lot. But it's so much better for you. It's healthy.
Sure.
I do someday want to be able to have my own garden where we're bringing in the vegetables that we want to eat.
We just planted a raised bed, which bought for Lisa last year.
Nice.
And she's a big herb person as I am. I've become one. And so we did, the kind of the standard thyme and basil. What else did you do? Mint,
parsley.
We
rosemary,
do parsley?
Thyme.
Rosemary for sure. Yep, thyme was the first one. I said, "Come on, ain't nobody got time for this."
I was thinking of a different song, but
I figured you were. Jalapenos. I did just one plant, and then some tomatoes, some beefsteak tomatoes, which will be.
Did I tell you about my jalapeno plant?
No.
So I have a little raised garden. It takes a lot longer to grow because our backyard is very shade driven. I mean, it's very shady.
You say it's little. How big? What size is it? About
my little raised garden. It's half the size of my desk. It's tiny.
We can't see your desk.
I know.
Do feet. Use your measures.
It's 5 feet, maybe 4 feet.
Okay.
4.5
by 6 inches.
2.
Okay.
2 or 3.
That's fine.
It's not big. It's not big.
It's not much.
I don't have a lot of space. Even though I have this massive backyard, I do not have a lot of space for a garden.
Okay.
So I grew whatever seedlings came up, and that's a whole other long story. I had a bunch of seedlings this year, and they all came up. They were great. I should share the brand of seed that I used because, you're always expecting when you seed your plants, you're going to lose a good number. They're just not going to germinate. Mm-hmm. This time, every single plant I planted germinated. It was shocking. So we actually I was not going to tell the story. I'm going to now, but I put those outside and I set those on so we have a fence post where you can set plants. I have planters that actually sit. They're made to sit on top of these fence posts.
Okay, cool.
So I had those out there, and I was letting them kind of propagate a little bit more or grow a little bit more, and the wind came and knocked them all over. So I only saved a few plants. So I saved a few tomato plants and I saved my basil, and I saved one jalapeno plant.
Okay.
Oh, and I also saved my cucumbers. My cucumbers went nuts this year. It was fantastic. Hey, we had a ton of cucumbers. Didn't get that many tomatoes. Anyway, the one jalapeno plant started growing. It was doing great. And then we had probably a rabbit coming to eat the entire plant.
Wow. Okay.
Except for the jalapenos.
Really?
So all of the jalapenos were laying on the dirt and the plant was gone.
That's really funny. I don't like these.
Yeah. I think it was a little spicy.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I did habaneros last year. And jalapenos.
Okay.
And yeah, nothing was that hot. I was kind of surprised. So we'll see. These we just got at we have the largest Ace Hardware store I've ever seen a mile from our house.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's massive. And they have all the plants and all, I mean, row after aisle after aisle of stuff.
I love that.
Yeti stuff. They have, I mean, it's
my Ace Hardware
big store.
Yeah. Mine is not so big, but I love it. And Jen doesn't like it because everything there is more expensive. And it is. But even though Ace is a big brand, it's still locally owned.
Yes.
And that's why, and she likes it for that. I like it for that.
Yep. They help you the moment you walk in. They're there to say, what can I get you or where can I point you, whatever.
Yep.
And they're terrific. And we got our Blackstone there because it was comparable within like $10 of a big box store. And I'd rather, as you said, do business there because they're locally owned and they're just good people.
They are. They are. It really, it also depends on the product.
Yeah.
When I'm saying it's a little bit more expensive, and I'm just pulling this one out of my butt, but I did experience it. I'm looking for plate covers for the power outlets to actually cover them. So we had to do that when we just bought the studio, and a box of 30 was like $25 at Ace, and at Home Depot it was like 10.
Yeah. Receptacle covers, just FYI.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My words don't always come. Speaking of, so I have suffered with that pretty much my whole life, not being able to verbalize everything I want to. I'm thinking of it and I just can't.
I never used to, but
it's becoming more and more.
Yeah.
This is something I've struggled with for as long as I can remember. You know what I found out is that is actually call it a symptom of ADHD.
Really?
Yeah. I did not know that. I would never have expected that. Yeah. If you have trouble finding words, it could be a symptom. Now, everyone has different levels of ADHD, of course. You know, Peyton is off the scale, and I guarantee I had or have ADHD, and I've had it all my life. Obviously, not diagnosed, and I do think it's overdiagnosed now.
Yeah, well,
but there are certain things in my life that I've experienced that were always extremely frustrating to me that I can't explain because of ADHD.
The worst part about and I struggle with it now too, and I'm not sure, but it's probably because of my chemo treatments. That's one thing that they have mentioned that might, and that's frustrating when I'm used to being able to just boom, 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 pop stuff off, and then suddenly you go, what do you call the thing that looks like another thing that, and so that's a challenge too. But, oh well.
So, John, have you, since we were talking about health food and we're talking about mind,
yes,
do you, in any way, shape, or form, do mushrooms? And I'm not talking about the psychedelic mushrooms.
I will not answer that on the on the advice of counsel. No, look how dark it's getting. This is what happens.
You got some rain coming in?
No, heck no. It's my stupid light.
Oh, I see.
No, it's brighter again.
You should just get one that you can plug in.
I probably should, but I've had these for a long time. So, Wonder Day mushroom gummies.
So I started. So everyone knows that I use CBD, and I use the specific brand, CBD MD. They had mushroom gummies. Again, no psychedelic stuff in there. This is the same stuff that's in the mushroom coffee. Jen does not. I don't like the brand. I have never been able to find a brand of mushroom coffee that I like.
Okay,
that just tastes good. But I
find
really like
suck.
I find plenty that suck, but I like the effect of the mushrooms.
Okay.
So when we're talking mushrooms, folks, for those of you who can't see my screen, we're talking lion's mane, chaga, reishi, turkey tail, cordyceps.
I don't know any of those,
but
okay.
If you look them up, they are supposed to be very beneficial when it comes to health. For those of you who are Rogan fans, he talks about them all the time.
Okay. I like this Morel or whatever however you call it. I love those. But those are like cooking.
Those are cooking. These are not cooking necessarily. You could. You definitely could.
Okay.
You can actually, lion's mane, I think it's lion's mane, you can actually make steaks out of, which is, we've done that before. It's pretty good.
Interesting.
Anywho, CBDMD had it, but then after I used them and loved them, they were sold out and they have not come back into.
You can't find them anywhere?
Well, no, hold on. You can,
not
that brand. That brand is sold out.
All right.
So Matt Smolik actually introduced me to these, which you can get at Whole Foods. And they're about the same price. So I'm like, all right. So now I order these and I take these daily. This helps when it comes to brain fog and not finding my words. So my daily routine is I'm going to talk about nighttime first. So at night I take a magnesium pill and I take a CBD. That's my bedtime routine.
Okay.
When I get up in the morning, I take vitamin D3 and K2. So the K2 and the magnesium are supposed to activate the D3.
Okay.
I take we call it fish oil, but it's actually omega-3 oil because it's not actually from the fish. It's from the plants that the fish eat. So it's vegan. Not that I care about that, but so my dad and I had a long conversation about fish oil and how fish oil is actually being looked at for negative health effects because of the fish, but not because of the plant. So that's why I do the plant over the actual fish, and it doesn't give me the fish burps. And then so D3 D3, K2, and then the fish oil and these. And I swear to you, I feel a lot more focused. I feel a lot more clear when it comes to thoughts, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm not a doctor, folks. Just play one on TV.
Clearly. But you're like 7 years away from being one.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. 7 years from being a doctor, 3 years from being a lawyer.
Yes. And I'm 10 minutes from being a sanitation worker.
Yeah.
Which I'd like to do someday.
Couch potato or sanitation worker?
Sanitation worker. Kids really like them. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't.
They love sanitation worker. Anyway. Plus I could drive on the right-hand side of the trucks.
You go. Get used to what it'd be like to live in Europe.
Or drive in Australia, which I did not do. I hired a guy to drive me around. Probably a good plan.
Yeah.
I take a lot of those same things and have taken a lot of those same things you identified. I can't denote a difference.
Seriously?
I can't. It's not, and it is. I still take omega-3. I still take D3. I still, and with my other handful of cancer crap and heart and blood pressure stuff and that. But I don't. I can stop taking them, and it doesn't make a big difference.
So I feel the same about the omega.
Okay.
I could stop taking those. It probably wouldn't feel a difference.
Yep.
I don't think that makes a difference in how I feel. I think that will keep me healthier longer. Maybe. I don't know. I don't even remember why I took them. But...
And it's just if I can't define what it's doing, then really is it making a difference?
It may not. I will say though, the D3 with the K2, I have noticed a difference. I have noticed a difference with the gummies. The gummies, brain works. And I didn't take any this morning, so you can obviously brain does not work. Brain works.
Brain working.
So I went on a trip.
Yes.
Well, and I'm also gonna throw, because you and I have talked about the AG1 and stuff like that before, and someone I saw the other day made a claim that they hadn't been sick, and I thought back, when I was on AG1, I never got sick. Might not have made me feel better, might not have changed, but I never got sick. the D3 with K2 and obviously with the magnesium, I have not gotten sick while I was taking them. The one time I got sick, which was just before Christmas, I had taken a trip and I forgot to take it with me. Okay. So I was gone. It was 4 days without taking it. And I came home and got sick.
Yeah. I had the same experience with, I take Natrol. It's like a balance of nature thing, so to speak, except not as expensive.
Sure.
Both. So I had the same thing. And I thought, you know what? I haven't been sick, and then missed it for a week or whatever. And and got sick. And so, and that's still anecdotal as much as I'd like to say.
It could be
scientific research, and it's not. It's anecdotal. But
it is. But I don't care. If I'm not sick, I don't care.
Exactly right. And that's kind of been my thing. So I take Natrol. But I have AG1 left, some envelopes.
Yeah.
Again, not inexpensive, let's just say. And I have those if I'm going to travel or whatever, but I just don't take them every day, and I should. I just don't. The other thing I've been taking is aspirin. It's an oil. No, I take those every day. Yeah. It's
so you need the gummies.
I need a gummy really quick to oregano oil. See the gummy, just faking the gummy.
That works.
Which burns, by the way.
I bet.
Oh,
it's part of it could be, as you kind of alluded to. Part of it could be a placebo, but science says that placebos work too.
Yeah,
it's a placebo.
I take a bunch
effect.
of sugar pills. That seems to be helping.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, but
I'm okay with placebo. I'm as long as it's working, I don't give a shit.
I get blood tests every month. It's just a constant ongoing. And you know what? They all go, wow, you're pretty healthy for being, sick with all sorts of crap. And, okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's the outcome that makes the difference. Is this stuff doing it? I don't know. Am I, still willing to try? Oh, sure. I'll take a handful of pills and hammer some burning oil down my throat. And wash it down with vodka. Yes, Dr. John is in the house.
Vodka kills everything.
Oh my god!
Yeah, which is so we
good
went
and
to
bad, probably. Yeah.
A couple of years ago. We went to an event in Las Vegas. It was the group that I work with, and I have some folks on that team that are a bit rowdier than most.
Weird.
So we went out every night after, and this is definitely not at the height of COVID. It was kind of at the end of COVID, but not so far as people were still going out and doing stuff when they had COVID.
Yeah.
I hadn't had COVID up until that point. And that was the going joke, because there was a coworker and myself who we had cocktails, but I probably would have no more than one, maybe two the entire trip at night. I'd have maybe a Manhattan for a pre-dinner, and then maybe a glass of wine at dinner, and that was it. That's all I did. And she would maybe have 2 or 3 glasses of wine, and that was it. Everyone else, they're hitting it back. They're staying late out at night. Out of all those people in the group, and there were 5 or 6 of us, out of all those people, guess are the 2 people that got sick with COVID?
You guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really, sometimes I really do think alcohol kills.
And it's
again, funny. Anecdotal, but it was pretty
funny.
Comical. Yeah. We were the adults of the group, and we were the ones that paid the price.
And everybody else was fine. And you ended up with cocoa.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's crazy how that works. Anywho, I have an uncle who, I can't remember the oil. I've been trying to remember it. It's a weird oil, but he's been taking it for 50 or 60 years.
Yeah.
Every single day he has a shot, and he claims that it's what's keeping him healthy. He's 82. He retired at 81.
And this is stuff that you see you see people who have done that. And I had 2 glasses of whiskey and chocolate every day. And I'm 105. Well,
It's
all right.
funny because that's kind of his voice. That's how he sounds.
I know. I've heard him.
You've met him. His name is not John, though.
I'm sure I've met him. Yes, but that's how you can justify anything, I guess, if you try hard enough, and that's all fine. So much of it is just finding a balance, anyway. And we've talked about this. It's knowing what makes sense and what doesn't, and nothing's perfect. And honestly, we're all dying. So we're all dying. We're not
getting out of here alive.
That's nobody.
Not one of us.
Yeah.
I don't know, John. I think it's really what you need to do is find what works for you, because I don't think any one person is exactly the same.
For sure.
It's
for sure not.
My grandmother smoked pretty much her entire life. Did die of lung cancer, but into her 80s. My mom smoked, but she quit 20 years before she died of lung cancer, and she died at 60. So, that's
wow.
I also know people that didn't smoke a day in their life and died of lung cancer.
Yeah. It's and so you get those things and try and define it. Yeah, do the best you can with what you have. And that's an ongoing thing. It's not like you ever figure it out. I don't care. You can look at bodybuilders or world-class athletes, and they don't have it all figured out. They just don't. And you've heard some of those people who you look at them, they're just a picture of fitness, and then they keel over because they, didn't take care of themselves or did too much of something.
Yeah. My dad is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
He was always very healthy. He's always had a healthy.
You said he was a martial artist.
Diet, martial artist. He is a martial artist. I mean, he's still doing it. 76 years old, and he just got another level of black belt. So it's not. Awesome. He's still active. He still likes to eat well and all organic, all that stuff. And he has colon cancer.
Yeah. Fortunately, there are things that you can. There are things now that can fix those. Colon cancer, if you catch it early, is one of the most curable cancers there is.
Colon cancer?
Yes, if you catch it early.
Which
is why you better have your stuff.
Hopefully he won't mind me saying this, but he was stage 3. He had surgery, and I don't remember what he decided not to do chemo or radiation. But he's doing methylene blue, which I've heard people talk about. I've heard Rogan talk about it after my dad said. I didn't know what it was either, and he said he's doing that as a treatment. And so he's had one appointment after post-surgery so far, had all his blood work come back, no cancer.
Ah, awesome.
So he's doing well, and he's
good for him.
He's still March 10th, I think, is his next appointment to get blood work and stuff to see where he's at. So
cool.
But he's gaining weight and he's doing really, really well. So that's
good for him.
But anyway, it's it's amazing what's out there.
Yeah.
I was upset that he decided not to do chemo or radiation. But he's 76 years old.
Taking some pathway too.
Right. He's like, would I rather if I only have a couple more years left, would I rather enjoy those couple of years, or would I,
for sure,
extend my life?
Stuff has changed so much. I mean, and I joke about this, but it's true. If I had to pick a cancer, mine's a pretty good one, multiple myeloma, because they've made so many improvements just since I've been getting treatment for 6 years now.
Right.
6 years.
It's been a long time.
It has. And so when this stuff stops working that they're currently doing, they say, we've got 4 or 5 other things we can try. And so, I mean, that's all good. The chemo that I'm on is not your run of the mill chemo. It is, I wonder if I don't have it right here, but it's $1,000 a pill.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's incredibly expensive, but that's what it is. And it doesn't, I seem to tolerate it. So, there are so many advances in that sort of thing, but so many things that, like the food stuff that we talked about, that we're just so far behind because it's money and power that are trying to rule over even Americans' health.
And you never know what's right. I now have gotten away from using store-bought hydration drink mixes. So what I do is I use Himalayan pink salt and I use just some flavor. Sometimes it's orange juice from an orange or a lemon. Sometimes we get, just because I'm lazy, we do get the squeeze bottles, which aren't great for you, but still not horrible because you got to flavor the water a little bit. And that's, I got that because it was recommended that was the healthier version, the healthier option, and the minerals that come from the Himalayan pink salt are the best for you. Well, then I saw a doctor talking about how, depending on where your pink salt is mined, it probably has heavy metals in it. I'm like, shit! Are you kidding me?
It's always something.
It's always something.
Jeez.
You cannot win.
Wow. And if they package it inside a plastic sort of
now you're going with the
then
now you're talking about, packaging your plastic straw inside of paper, or your paper straw inside of plastic.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Leave it alone, people. Just make good decisions. That's
decisions. Well, eggs are a good example. When I was growing up, you shouldn't eat eggs. They're bad for you. Now it's like, you should add a minimum of 4 eggs a day.
Yep. And my dad would have killed to have bacon and eggs every day. And it would have been the healthiest thing for him.
Yep.
Instead, nope, you need to have more carbs, and you need to...
You should stay away from beef tallow.
Yeah.
Now, beef tallow is the healthiest thing you can use to cook with.
Should have been using it all along.
Yep.
And McDonald's stopped using it in the 70s.
McDonald's
or 80s.
Actually used to have healthy
on their fries.
French fries.
And they were the best ever.
Yeah.
And then, these
aren't healthy for you. This is not healthy.
We need to start using seed oil.
Yep. But again, what's going to happen in the next 20 years? Yeah. What are they going to say is bad for you then? It's kind of like my wife and I did all this research about veganism, and there's a lot of research pointing in the direction that veganism is actually extremely good for you and extremely healthy for you.
There's a lot too that says it's not.
There's a lot too that says it's not now. And now the carnivore diet is the most healthy diet for you.
Yeah. And then people say, it's not.
But that's what I'm getting at, is it really just depends on your body and how it reacts to things. Because
I'll
be fair, if I ate nothing but a steak every day, I feel great.
Yeah.
I felt great when I was doing the vegan diet. I absolutely felt phenomenal. My wife liked it, but she got sick.
I could do the vegan diet for about 2 minutes, and then I go on to my next meal. And Lisa knows if there's not protein, and I'm not talking about tofu, if there's not protein with whatever meal we have, I'm going to have a problem. Yeah. I guess almonds. I'm thinking more like meat.
Broccoli has protein.
Yeah. Broccoli does. I had a boatload of broccoli yesterday.
There you
cleaning
go.
out the fridge. It was clean out the fridge day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing that today too. That'll be fun.
Good for you. We're good stewards.
And we are good stewards of our fridges. And on that note, notice it got a little darker in here because we've got some storms brewing.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's just rain. It's 72 degrees. It's going to be 72 degrees. Let's see what the temperature is right now.
Yeah.
Well, I got a lot of... let's see. It is 69 degrees right now. Oh, they've lowered the high. It's only going to be 71. So we're going to go 71 today with 81% chance of rain, which I can see is coming. Then tomorrow is going to be 44, then 49, then 42, then 49, then 41, then 55, 65, 46, 41. No one around here is going to get sick at all.
Yeah. We're a little close to that. 84, 84, 86, 85, 86, 86, 87. The next week.
Yuck.
I know. Yum. Nice. Sunny 4 of those 7 days. Kaboom. Yeah. Getting out by the pool.
All right, my friend. On that note, you got to get in the pool.
I do.
And I have to go fill a cooler for my wife because she has an open house today.
That's awesome.
And she just texted me. She texted me 20 minutes ago saying she's on her way home. Could I prep the cooler? Oops.
Oh, John distracted me.
John did it. It's all of our PoddiMouths listeners distracted me.
Yes.
Because they were talking about heading up to PoddiMouths.com to make sure that they
going to the merch store.
Oh, and going to the merch store. Yeah. And seeing all of the other places that you can go from the website, including Motorhead Chef. Check out that on YouTube and like and subscribe.
Please.
Make sure we get the algorithm going, and we'll work on John's presentation soon. I'm actually the one thing I noticed, John, I'm going to send you a link. Get you some wireless lavaliers.
I have In fact, it's right here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then I don't need to send you any. Nope. You need to use that.
Bluetooth. Oh, I need to use it. Oh,
yeah.
Well, I thought you meant I just need to get one.
Oh, no. Well, half the battle. Yeah. Knowing and having. I own half one.
I just don't like to use it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, folks. Have a great rest of your week. John and I hope that you will enjoy it. And I just completely walked over him as he was about to do his see ya. Let's see if I can make it a little bit longer, just to kind of stretch it out. We got another 15 seconds before we hit that 1 hour mark. It's 59:49, 59:50. Wow. Here we go, John. We are about to say goodbye to everybody.
5,
have a great
4,
week.
3, 2.